Hello and welcome everyone. In a previous video, we talked about the myths or misconceptions about Darwin. Today, we'll discuss a scientific theory that has an unfortunate history with some religious groups that continues even today with their insistence that scientific evidence and facts must be denied. This is based on their erroneous interpretation of certain religious scriptures. Essentially, it's based on opinion and not fact. So we're back to talking a bit more about what people perceive to be a conflict between science and religion. How did things escalate so badly? Was it always this way? A scientist who opposes religion doesn't necessarily begin by opposing the religion itself. Instead, it often begins with statements by a religious leader or a cleric about a scientific concept or theory that is discovered or proposed that certain religious leaders don't like. This is important because although a cleric or a follower may claim to represent a certain religion, if he or she is opposing science and true factual laws of the universe, then this would be in opposition to the God that they claim created these very laws in the first place. And then what you see as a response to these clerics or religious leaders or their followers who oppose science is that they, along with their ideology and eventually anything having to do with anything religion, is rejected altogether. Let's look at an example. Giordano Bruno was born in 1548. He was an Italian philosopher and an ordained priest who believed that Earth orbits the sun. He rejected the geocentric theory, the concept that the Earth is the center of the universe. He instead promulgated and adhered to the Copernican theory, otherwise known as the heliocentric theory, which states in part that the Earth and other planets orbit the sun. Bruno gave lectures on the Copernican theory at Oxford, but they weren't well received. A man by the name of George Abbot, who later became Archbishop of Canterbury, mocked Bruno for agreeing with Copernicus when he said that the Earth did go round and the heavens did stand still, whereas in truth it was his own head which rather did run round, and his brains did not stand still. Eventually, after Bruno's inability to find a platform to expound his theories, after traveling to England, to France, to Germany, he went back to Italy and applied for the chair of mathematics in Padua, but interestingly, that position was filled by none other than Galileo Galilei. He was then invited to Venice to become a tutor for a patrician. This man eventually became dissatisfied with Bruno's teachings and he denounced Bruno to the Venetian Inquisition. Bruno was arrested and charged with heresy and blasphemy for his beliefs. He was imprisoned throughout his 7-year trial. He attempted to defend himself, but to no avail. A full recantation was demanded, but he refused. On January 20th, 1600, he was sentenced to death. It is said that he replied after the sentencing with, "Perhaps you pronounce the sentence against me with greater fear than I receive it." His tongue was gagged and cut. Some say tacked to his palate for what were called the wicked words. He was hung upside down after being stripped of his clothing and burned alive at the stake. This was in the central Roman market square on Ash Wednesday, February 17th, 1600. Now, some people say, namely Catholics, that it was not because of his belief in the Copernican theory or the many worlds, which he also believed in, that he was burned alive. They say it may have been because of his opinions contrary to the Catholic faith regarding the Trinity and the divinity of Christ, among other things. Or it may have been his way of going about spreading his views that they just didn't like. Yet no one denies that he was gagged so he couldn't speak his wicked words, stripped naked, hung upside down, and publicly burned alive at the stake. And even those who disagree, at least most of them, will certainly admit that he didn't deserve such a fate at the hands of the church. But the question remains, if it's true that he wasn't burned alive at the stake by the church for his belief that the Earth and other planets revolve around the sun, then how do we explain the persecution by the Catholic Church of Galileo Galilei, who also stated that the earth revolves around the sun? We will discuss that in a future episode. Until next time, take care.